Be careful about chasing money because at the end of the day, money is not everything, right? And you need to have a plan or a reason for why you're doing it. Now, obviously, we know that money is really important. And if your goal is to get enough money so that you will be financially free or not being dependent on keeping a 9 to 5, figure out what you want with it. Let's say you have a goal of saving up or investing or whatever, a total of $1,000,000. How will that change or affect your life? Don't think of it as a numbers game and rather think about what you can do with your life if you ever get to save up that amount. I had to go into myself a little bit because I was in this loop of just saving up, investing because I wanted this amount of money. But why? Like, why do I want X amount of money? I know when I was a young kid, I thought to myself, if I have this amount of money, I'll be happy, etc. But that's not the case. Now, when I'm older, I realize that money won't give me any happiness whatsoever. I can pay my bills and live comfortable. And I understand if you're struggling, then of course extra money will give you some happiness or at least some sense of relief from the stress of paying your bills and just keeping your head above waters. As I got older, I got the money to buy the best computer, right? When I was young, I always wanted a gaming PC, and when I finally bought it, I was really happy and I could play everything. But now I have a PC that's like 3-4 years old. I can still do what I want with it, but I also sometimes get the urge to upgrade it. But I know it will just be a short-term happiness that will last for a day or a short period of time. Then that will just be the new norm. Buying the newest iPhone or a new car won't give you any more happiness than a phone or a car that you already have that works well. Sure, if your car breaks down every week or your phone battery sucks, then it might be a good idea to upgrade. But you don't need to go over the top and buy a new car for $50,000. You can probably be fine with a car for maybe $10,000-$15,000. That's good, reliable, and at least you won't have the stress of it breaking down all the time. Getting back to the money part, money is essentially a tool for you to be able to enjoy life the way you want. What I want to do is saving up and investing my money so I'll be set up in the future. Now, this requires me to set aside a lot of money each month that I could use, but instead playing for the long term. When it comes to investing or saving up, it really takes some time before the big numbers really stack up. It's not that I just want to be rich, it's more that I want to have money for freedom. And that is what money should be about, in my opinion. The freedom to do what you want and live life. You need to have some balance because when you're saving up money, it takes a long time. And at the same time, you are living now. You don't know the future. You might live until you're 100 years old or until you're 50. So use some of that money and maybe that will help you in some ways. Maybe it will help your life become less stressful. I think money on experience is our best use. Don't buy that expensive cars, you don't really need it. If you want to travel, visit a country, or simply take out your significant other, friends or family out to eat, or just do something fun. The problem with this money chasing is that you will never be happy because your goal will always be ahead of you and you're just waiting for the future when you should really enjoy life now and at the same time while you are planning for the future. I see a lot of people forget to live in the moment, but also a lot of people who have absolutely no plans for the future. I think you should be looking to find, a good balance between the two instead of going just all in for one or the other. If you're chasing money and that's the only thing you're thinking about, be aware of these things. Stress and general anxiety. When I was doing this, I was constantly having this on my mind where I lost focus on my job and my private life. It got to the point where if I weren't able to save up my desired amount that I had planned, I would just feel like a failure. Suddenly something you have breaks or you have to pay something unexpected like your car, maybe a new fridge or whatever it is. These things are really out of your control, so you should not base your success on these outside factors that you can't do much about anyway. This stress can seriously impact you and your well-being and also your relationships with your friends, family. What if you stop giving as much time with your loved ones as you should? You only think about getting money and you end up not nurturing your relationships, and things can get quite tense from there quickly, especially with a significant other. You know, it's constant work to keep a healthy relationship, so always make sure to find some quality time together or just talk and listen to each other. Money is not everything, I know I've said that, but another thing is materialism. If you are chasing money for just the sole purpose of buying expensive things, you will never be happy. You finally get that expensive piece of clothing or jewelry that you've been wanting for a long time, but once you get it, it won't take long until you want the next thing. This is a chase in and of itself where you are always looking to improve and get the next best thing. A short summary and tips from my personal experiences you should keep in mind and maybe reflect on. Number 1, money won't bring you happiness alone. If you're unhappy in general and you're not living in poverty, then more money will not get rid of that empty feeling. 2, figure out why you want to chase the money and are you doing it for the right reasons, and use the money, if so, as a tool to better improve your overall life. 3, find a balance between living in the now and also saving up for your future. You never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. I would be absolutely devastated if I lived like Uncle Scrooge for 10 years and suddenly I found out I'm living on overtime. And I'm on my deathbed regretting not taking my family for a vacation or something. 4, don't forget what really matters. Don't let this money chase negatively impact your family or friends where you lose all connection and contact with your loved ones. Those are who truly matters, the ones who are there for you unconditionally. And again, balance is the key here. Good luck, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask me down below. I'll see you in the next video.